the channeling has, not the recording.
Recording is on.
There we go. Okay, so one of the things while we're sitting here and you're fiddle faddling, right? I'm still zoning out, obviously, right? And she goes, oh, that's my sister. I was like, well, I don't know if it is, but I'll ask, right? So that was one of the things. Hang on. Wait. She's talking about how, like, I guess raising you was like a communal or a family affair. Like everybody was in it together or something like that. Hang on. She's funny. She still feels physical. We're going to try to get both right now. But the mom is like, she likes to be in everybody's business. But at the same time, she goes, well, I don't know. Like that. It's almost like we're passive, but we want to be in everybody's business all the time. And so she's like been waiting here for this, which is why she like smacked me in the face as soon as this came on. She notes something. Do y'all do, or do you do something about like the whole necklace with it being put down here? You know how they used to do where it's like when it's done here and they're like, oh, it's somebody thinking about me, and then they move it back. Do you do that? Okay. Sorry, because as that's there, as I'm like, that's what they're talking about, and I've never had that in a session before, so I'm like, maybe I guess that's a thing. And she does like this. She's like, you know, it's like, oh, this, and she's like, oh, that is. Hang on. I go, what are you doing? She's like, she has a lot of heavy breathing, which means we probably had a lot of breathing issues or something like that. And she's like, I'm doing well, like that. Hang on.
Okay.
She's talking about like, didn't tell that it would, I didn't know that it would be like this, you know. Hang on. Where? I'm guessing I'll talk about her all the time. She has this interesting personality. She's like, I'll just sit there and I'll listen. Like that. Hang on. She likes to sit at, where is that at? She likes to sit at somebody's kitchen table like this. I'm guessing it's with I don't know where. She's just sitting here and she's like watching people. She sits like this, and then she'll just, she moves very slow when I'm talking to her. Everything is very like methodical. I don't know why it is right now. Hang on. She says that he had a more rough time than her. Is that a thing? Sorry, say it one more time. It's breaking up.
Our dad did at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was talking about like she had a much more time than me. She's talking about him. Hang on. So that's her sister. Interesting. Hang on. Where are you going? I gotta take care of my kids, you know. Hang on. No, she's like going away for a second and I'm trying to bring her back. She's all into like, in my head, she doesn't sit still. We're always getting into something else. We're always going and doing something else. Like there's always some other like, but we're very soft about it and we're very slow about it. It's like we always have to go, oh, and it's like we fiddle faddle or like we piddle around or like I'm like we're it would be something like, oh, I gotta go and put this up now. I'll be back. You know, I'm like, what are you doing? Come back over here. And it's it's so random. Hold on. That's how she's acting. Hang on. I'm fine. She's like, yes. I was like, why are you walking away from me? She's like, I'm fine. I love them. I'm like, good. Hang on. Wait. Wait, what happened? Hold on. Did she pass before him?
It depends who we're talking about.
Okay, hang on.
Trying to figure that out.
Hold on. Hang on. This is like, hang on. This is Ruth. This is Ruth. But Ruth is talking about, hang on. Put me in that. Who was Ruth like hospitalized for a while? Okay, yeah. Because I asked her, I'm like, give me information on this. Give me information on this. And she's talking about laying in bed like the whole time. And like, that's the whole thing. And she's a very calm spirit in my head. She's not like the person I had before at all. It's very interesting. She says she had a temper though. She had a temper. She liked things her way. She was like, because I go, you are just so calm. I was like, you are the best. She was like, I like things this way. I was like, fine. They know it. But it's like simple things like, why'd you move the salt shaker there? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so it's ridiculous things we're mad about. Hang on. She's talking about how whenever you can't be like manipulate your environment a lot. So I'm guessing she was in closed quarters for a long time or something. Okay. Because I was like, why did you act that way? Why is that? And she's talking about, well, you get stir crazy, so everything needs to be this way. Who wears her bracelets? What is that? Hang on.
I have her bracelets.
You do? Okay, perfect. Because she has them like this. And I'm like, all right, that's it's one of a person here. Wait. She says she's on your ass all the time. Specifically. I don't know what you're doing. We can get into that. But she literally says, I am on her ass all the time. I said, okay, we'll dive deeper into that. Let me write that down so we can get back into that area. Do you smoke? Okay, because she's talking about, I said, what do you want her ass for? And she does like this, and she says like a chimney. I was like, all right, she smokes like a chimney. She says, you need to stop. That's what she did in my head. Like that. I was like, all right, I will reenact this for you. Perfectly fine. Oh my God. Not the best place to be. She's talking about, why are you going and killing yourself? This is not the best place to be. It's good, but that's the whole thing. She says, you have a lot of worrying, anxiety deep underneath you all the time, consistently, because she makes me feel that feeling that resides. And so that's why we're getting rid of it that way. But it's like deep seated from way before. And then it's like all of this. And then, oh my God. And then you feel like you're left out. And then you feel it's the only island. And this is all just pouring in. I'm like, thanks. Yeah. You're her stable. That's the stable keeper. Hang on. She's watching you too. She said that. I was like, okay, I'll let her know. He says, wait, let me see if I can get both in because she's talking about him. Hang on. Oh, never mind. We're going to go into passing right now. We're just talking about like people coming in and singing to us or reading us books or something like that. I don't know what's going on there. She's like, yeah, sad side. She said, oh, it's a sad side. I was like, okay, can you show me more? You don't need to worry about me. She said that. I was like, okay. She's commenting on how I guess like it took her a long time to pass because she's like talking about like if it took any longer and I don't know, maybe everybody's like waiting around or something like that. I don't know. It's time to go. It's time to go. Were you telling her it's okay to go? Cool. Okay. You make me hear it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. Were you with her when she took her last breath? Who was with her? Who's the woman there?
We weren't necessarily with her. We were in the waiting room.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's all in that area. Okay, perfect. Because she keeps putting like your presence was there. Your presence is there. People will talk about when they're like not there, alone, far away, 2 states over, and it's that acknowledgement to know that y'all took the time and effort to be there for this, right? Did she go into like cardiac arrest? Did they have to do a crash cart? What happened with that?
she did go into cardiac arrest. They had given her too much pain medicine earlier that day, and they worked on her at the nursing home, and they worked on her in the ambulance. They worked on her for about 45 minutes to an hour at the hospital, and they couldn't revive her.
Nothing. Okay. The only reason I say it is because that is a very traumatic thing for people. It's a very traumatic thing for spirit, and they hold on to that. And the only thing she's showing me is she makes me see the word crash cart, which is why I said that. And then she's making me feel like that over. They got me. Angels pray to take her. That's a whole nother thing. Somebody's talking about that. Angels were there. They always mention that whenever that's a thing. Something about pull me out. Wait, okay. I back up my statement down for before. Wait, Royce passed before her?
Yeah.
When was this? Okay, so that's that. Okay, who's the man that pulled her out then? Who was the older gentleman that pulled her out?
Maybe her dad.
Maybe her dad came to get her.
Yeah. Really close with him. This guy, it's like a father type of vibe. And she's showing me him like, come on, baby. Like, come on. And that's what they do. They pull them out of the situation. They say, you're over. It's done. You know, you're good. Wait. She said, I couldn't. I said, why did you leave? And she goes, I couldn't live like that, Amy. I couldn't live like that, Amy. It's hard for her to talk beforehand. Why are we in a nursing home? It's like we're difficult to speak. What is going on? It almost feels like a stroke. I don't think she had a stroke though. Like what was she did? Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap. I've never felt that before. You know what she made me do? She did like this to me. She was like, it was hard. Like that, like with our mouth. And I'm like, it's like we had a stroke. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Something about people feeling guilty for not coming up there to see her more. Y'all did a really good job. Stop it. More. Wish I could give her one more hug. She comes and she gives you a hug a lot. She loves you too. I don't know what's going on over here. Like there's a lot. I think you have a lot more guilt placed on it than she does. So she's coming over here and trying to heal you more. That's a whole thing. You're the one that got the session though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's why. Welcome in. You didn't want to. You came here. That's why. Sorry. Hang on. Stop smoking. Hang on. Hold on. Wait, let me go over here. Let me get this. Wait. Let me see if she's going to allow him to come in. She's talked about him. Hold on. There. He has a richer voice to him. He's like, I'm here. Like that. I'm like, okay. Hang on. Dealt with her for a long time. Wait, okay, so these people were married. Hang on. Man, they could go at each other, couldn't they? They could go at it. Sorry, they're doing it right now. Like they're ga. And I'm like, guys, chill. Like as soon as he shows up, it's like narfing on people. Like back and forth. But I was a good guy. Yes, you were. A little lazy. That's she's saying. And he's like, well, like that. Well, I'm like, okay. He loves y'all. He has this big whole open arm thing coming up, like bear hug stuff. Like you can't get out of it. You squish into him. I've disappeared. Tell her she's doing all right. Tell her she's doing good. That's what he says to tell you. Tell her she's doing all right. Tell her she's doing good. Hang on. And meanwhile, I'm up here dealing with her like that. I don't know what's going on with them. Were they like that all the time? And still are, by the way. They'll talk about it. They'll come down if they were absolutely in love. Like they will be lovey-dovey. This is funny. Hang on. Where are you? Things are too big. Did somebody try to save his jeans, but they were like too big or something like that? What is that? What is that about? I know. It's weird for me too. Because all I see is this. And they're blue.
It's gonna make a bear out of them.
Really? So this like sheet. Please do that.
Yes.
Please do that. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Hold on. No, we're not going to say that. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
He's talking about like, well, you got to cut out the crotch and put it on the chest, and that's where the bears get hang. That's why I was like, stop. Like, there's a big joke in there with it, and I'm like, don't just do the leg, do the front. Put it all the front up. Hugging it. Like, stop. There's a big joke there. Oh, I'm gonna cry with that. Hold on. He. You know, he walks so slow. He walks around your place. He's doing this in my head right now. He's like, so like she's sitting at this table and he's like, well, he's very slow when he walks around like that. Like we walk with purpose. And I'm like, okay. He says, swelling was terrible, whatever was going on with him. Swelling is terrible. Swelling, he keeps, I guess we had weeping or something like that because he didn't like that. He's talking about how breathing was an issue. It feels like there's a thing on my chest, like a weight. He's making me feel it. Were they not allowing y'all to go in to see him? What is up with that?
He was in Oklahoma, Texas, and he had a stroke, and like
It was peak COVID, like
It was-
right at the beginning of
right at the
COVID.
beginning of COVID. So yeah,
Okay, because he's talking about, see, remember how she talked about y'all being in the waiting room for that? So he's talking about how all this is separate. It wasn't able to happen. And he's because he makes me feel a lonely room. And that's why. And hang on. Fucking idiots. Not y'all, the doctors. Hang on. He said they looked at him like he was some sort of piece of like meat or something. He doesn't like how they looked at him. Like they automatically gave him a death sentence because of it. Hold on. Mom, his mother's passed?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I was like, what is this? He says, well, I said, how were you? How was that? And he said, I thought I was alone, but I wasn't. He said, my mom came to get me. My mom came to get me. I don't know why. He's like, doesn't make sense there.
she
Was
died.
she mean?
No,
What was up with that?
she died 6 days after he did.
So they were together. That's why. So this is what happens sometimes. So whenever people die of like this COVID situation, not saying he had COVID, but like dying in this situation where they die there alone, they're very, very confused and they hang around that area for a little bit. And so I'm guessing what happened is that mom passed and then she came to get him and then they left because that's what happens. Oh, wait. Promised to go be with her. So he's very upset about not being able to be with his mom. He was very upset before about that. Mom was also in like a home or something like that.
She was at home.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Because he has like couches, chairs, living rooms. I'm like, what is this? She like keeled over quick as day or something like that. I don't know what he's talking about. Really? What happened with her?
She started declining
Yeah.
really fast. As soon as he passed away, it just
Yeah, it went downhill
Yeah.
like within 6. She died like 6 days after he died.
Oh my God. So literally she just, wow.
I mean, the day he died, she basically whispered to her other kids, we need to go see Royce. And I mean, of course, they couldn't take her, but I mean, it's then later that day she said, I saw Royce, and it was, and yeah, it hit all of us. So
that's that all together. So FYI, know that they're together. Know that she pulled him out. Know that he pulled her and helped. And that's a whole thing. And then he's expressing that whole, like, I can't go see her or she can't see me. This whole thing back and forth. So it's this yearning back and forth. Something about like Elise Royce is with his mama now. Like this whole thing. Like we say that a lot or something like that. He says, I'm having a hell of a time with her. I'm guessing he's talking about Ruth again. He's just fun. He loves her. He loves her. He loves her. He loves her. He's talking about how we're all family. We're all next of kin. So this is like a big, big thing. He says he's hungry. He says he's hungry, and I'm like, that's so funny. And because they don't eat up there, obviously, but they do enjoy the pleasures of food. So like the experience and the stimulation, and it's like plate, like big plate. And he's talking about how I'm guessing he had gone to doctors. They had always told him to like not eat this or like watch this or whatever it is. Okay, cool. Because he's talking about how he doesn't give a fuck anymore. Like that's the whole thing. I said, okay, I do what I want. I do what I want. I was like, I know. Hang on. Who has his glasses?
We don't.
Weird, because he's like putting them like up on like a mantle or something, like they're up here, like a statue or something like that. Like they're being this. I don't know what that is mean then. Hang on. Hold on, let me go over here. What happened after?
I've got mom.
He's more happy to be with mom. Hang on, let me go here. I'm bringing a third person in right now. Hang on. Let me see. Okay, so Royce was like the leader of the kids or something like that. Royce is like exalted from everybody else. Royce is like the number one because she's talking about there's a woman that shows up and she's like, I couldn't leave him like that. And I'm like, okay. She says, it's almost like, oh, the rest of them can handle themselves just fine. The rest of them can handle themselves just fine. She said, did she have like some type of cancer or something like that? Yeah. Okay. Because she's talking about, oh, treatment. And I'm like, okay, fine. Yes, that's what treatment's for. Says that there's hell on you, isn't it? That's what she says. I was like, I know. Says, look at you like you're weak. She doesn't like that everybody looked at her like she's weak because she's not. She's a sassy lady. She's sassy. Uh-huh. I'm still watching. I'm still keeping them all together. I'm still doing it. Hang on. Hell of a thing. She's going back to cancer again. She said like losing her butt or something like that. I guess she lost a lot of weight with this or something. Yeah, that's funny. The family lives in her house?
Yes.
Okay. She goes, they still live in my house. I was like, oh, don't clean it up. Hang on. It's fine. She loves y'all. Like, I love these girls. Hang on. Don't worry. I have your father like that. Don't worry. I have him. Hang on. I'm guessing. So did Ruth and her like kind of not get along? Like they liked each other, but kind of at the same time, like animosity.
They had some moments. Yeah.
Okay. Because again, I was like, are you excited to see her? And she's like, we get along like that, but like this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Hang on. We're gonna wait. Ruth is funny. She's like, oh, it's a big family reunion. How do you like it now? Like this. She says that she's finally able to express herself as how she wanted. She didn't think she was beautiful. She didn't think she was pretty. She just felt kind of like she knew she was, but like now she feels light. She feels airy. She feels happy. It's like she keeps morphing herself in my head all the time. She is this spitfire of a lady. And she wait. She died naked. She's going back to passing again because it was very traumatic. You see the differences now? So he was there and he was gone. Mom took it. And she's like, ugh. She's just making me see it. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry you went through that. It's okay. We're all together now. So is everybody like buried together too or something like that? Or is everybody like next to each other? What's going on with that?
I have all their.
Shut up. Okay. Because she's showing me a line like boop, boop, boop. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Yeah, she's like, don't worry, we're all together now. Boop, boop, boop. And I'm like, all right, cool. Where are we at? Hang on. That somebody like comes up and touches them and pets them like a damn dog.
That's me.
That's you. That's you. Okay. She says. I was like, all right, hang on. She's like standing behind you when this is happening. Like, what are you doing? Like that. My God. Be there for Christmas. All the best. All the best. Be there for Christmas. Yeah, they love the Peony. They love you guys. Do y'all have any questions for me right now at all?
I don't know.
I just
I'm
want
sorry. That's a lot, right?
to.
Yeah. When you connect it and you ride that wave, they will take you. And then when they know each other, they will add on. You have to feed them and give them that, and they will just go off. But that's because of y'all. That's because of the connection that y'all have. I'm just the one that can read it. That's because you still talk to them. That's because you still tell stories. That's because you go up and touch it. That's because you tell them you miss them. That's because you hope that they're okay. And all these things are just putting it in my head right now. And so I'm just letting you know what's going on. And so that's because you still like create the foods that they like too. And you acknowledge that. Like, that's why. Okay. So don't stop doing that. And this will still be here. And so whenever y'all go, they're going to be there to pull you out too. Okay. So what I want everybody to do right now in closing is I want you to take a couple minutes together or apart, and I want you to have a good breather, or I want you to have a good 30-second cry, because this is a lot. We brought another one in too, so we have to allow it to dissipate. And then the next thing I want you to do is tonight, before you go to bed, take about 5 minutes and tell each one of them thank you and that you love them. Okay? Because all this is about love, and if we don't give it back, then it doesn't keep happening. Okay? And then if you need me, let me know. I love you guys. Your people are great. They're wonderful. They are a ham. I like them. So you're welcome. I love y'all.
Love you too.
Bye.